Factually inaccurate.
Morally correct. This is Babylon Bee Radio. Our top story. What began as a beautiful summer day in the popular Rehoboth Beach community collapsed into confusion and terror as the local police department was called to investigate a corpse that apparently washed up on the beach. Multiple eyewitnesses reported a horrifying sight. We were notified of what appeared to be a severely decomposed human male lying on the beach in broad daylight. We are currently investigating the reports and will provide more details when they become available. Stunned onlookers described the scene.
We were just enjoying a beautiful day at the beach. My daughter started screaming. I looked up and clearly saw what looked like a dead man reclining in a beach chair. He was white as a sheet. He showed no signs of life. In fact, he appeared to have been dead for a very long time. Stringy hair, hollowed out features. Really nasty.
Parents attempted to cover the eyes of young children and lead them away from the gruesome sight. Someone said a doctor was seen near the body, but that turned out to be an old lady named Jill, who was apparently only a pretend doctor. Anyone with information about this incident or why the Secret Service was guarding this corpse, please contact us. Wild rumors had begun to swirl that the corpse later stood up and stumbled off in the direction of an ice cream stand. A Ukrainian attendee at this year's NATO Summit found himself feeling embarrassed upon realizing the get-together was not, in fact, a costume party, as he had thought. "This is humiliating," said the man, who was wearing a brand-new Army man costume, complete with realistic Army shoes. "I'm sticking out like a sore thumb here. Why am I the only one not wearing a fancy suit? Didn't the invite say to wear the coolest costumes we could come up with? Ugh. So awkward." The man then milled about uncomfortably as most of the attendees smiled politely and tried to ignore him. Anonymous sources have suggested the mix-up was actually an elaborate prank pulled off by French President Emmanuel Macron and German Chancellor Olaf Scholz.
We have no idea what you're talking about,
said Macron when confronted by reporters. The humiliated Ukrainian became the guest of honor once again after agreeing to launder a few $100 billion for the suit-wearing people. As mainstream media reports circulated that maintaining physical fitness is a sign of far-right extremism, a spokesperson for the Federal Bureau of Investigation disclosed that the agency already has a surveillance team closely monitoring what is believed to be a local fascist training facility.
This place just cranks out dangerous right-wing nut jobs. It may be located in a shopping mall, and the people coming out look like normal, law-abiding citizens. But with how physically fit they all appear to be, there is every indication that this place is a breeding ground for domestic terrorism.
One man spotted entering the alleged training facility was later reached for comment.
"What are you talking about? I'm just working out? Look, I've been coming here for years. It's no big deal. Why is there a black SUV that seems like it's following me to and from the gym? And who are those guys in suits and sunglasses that are watching me in the locker room? What is this about?"
As he finished speaking, a tactical team of FBI agents emerged from nearby bushes outside the building, subdued the man with the taser, and hauled him away with zip ties on his wrists and ankles.
"We urge Americans to be on the alert,"
said FBI Director Christopher Wray.
"We were very disturbed to find that there are thousands of these fitness centers across the country. Americans can rest assured that we have reallocated all our resources to monitoring and guarding against this dire threat."
In related news, the state of California has announced a new mandate to close all gyms and fitness centers for 2 weeks.
"This is a short-term public safety measure,"
said Governor Gavin Newsom.
"These gyms will only be closed for 2 weeks to slow the spread of fascism. And as we've shown in our state's history, we have never mandated something and later extended it for a much longer period of time than we originally intended."
Cries for action have grown as mainstream media outlets detail the risks to democracy posed by fitness.
"Whew, you only stay in shape if you're a Nazi,"
said an outspoken progressive activist who also weighs 400 pounds.
"Whew, I don't trust anyone who takes good care of their physical health. Do you know who else kept themselves physically fit? Hitler."
Newsom left open the potential for additional measures the state may take in order to discourage residents from being healthy and instead continue on the path toward morbid obesity and dependence upon the government.
"My office is looking into the possibility of banning home gyms. No civilian needs to own a set of weights that should only be for military use."
Newsom also announced a buyback program through which Californians could trade in their gym membership cards in exchange for coupons that would get them a free Big Mac and McFlurry at McDonald's. A local trailer park has come under fire with visitors and residents alike accusing its name, Paradise Oasis, of being at least somewhat of a noticeable exaggeration.
I'm thinking this is a bit shy of paradise. I mean, there's a few amenities, don't get me wrong. They have running water, no rabid dogs running around like the other trailer parks, but paradise? That's a bit of a stretch.
The park's manager says the name was chosen to evoke a luxurious living experience.
We want our tenants to feel like they are really living the good life here. Pulling in between a couple of trailers, filled with colorful characters, basking in the glow of barrels full of burning garbage, and falling asleep being serenaded by the sounds of a dying possum outside your trailer window. It just doesn't get any more relaxing than that.
While some residents expressed contentment with their living situation, they stopped short of calling it paradise or even an oasis.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. I've lived here for 25 years, and it's just fine. But old Trudy Miller over there in the next trailer was attacked by a pack of coyotes last week. Not my idea of paradise.
The owners of the park refused to consider changing its name, instead opting to spice up their marketing by highlighting the park's convenient proximity to the interstate and the fast response time whenever the police are called. In a night of stunning and inclusive bliss, the Netherlands conferred its highest beauty pageant honor upon a trans woman who looked just like a real woman. The totally real woman is reportedly champing at the bit to compete again.
I'm so thrilled to win this incredible award.
Ricky Valerie Collet, totally a woman, told reporters.
I can't wait to win more pageants. I'm just rearing to go, champing at the bit, trying to bridle my excitement, saddling up, ready to hit the trail.
Collet wowed the judges during the talent portion of the event by elegantly cantering while eating 50 apples off a handler's open palm in under 5 minutes.
Ricky is one determined woman. Yes, complete human woman.
Said handler Liv DeVries.
You just have to be really careful to keep your palm flat and fingers together when doing the apple feedings. If not, well, you might get bit.
After crowning Collet with the Netherlands' top Pretty Lady award, judges lured the winner off the stage with a bucket of oats. They then led Collet to a trough of water, but they could not get the absolutely 100% human woman to drink.
I'm really trying not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but I'm so excited to represent all the other real women in the Netherlands because I too am a real woman. And anybody who says otherwise is a naysayer.
Collet remarked before letting out a celebratory and bedding down for the night on a pile of fresh straw. According to sources, local gay couple Garth Millens and Chaz Nimby are celebrating the birth of their new son, who was incubated in the fruitful womb of a poor woman they rented to bear them a child. To mark the momentous occasion, the couple awarded their surrogate with a lovely red robe and oversized white bonnet.
May the Lord open the womb of his handmaid. Blessed be the fruit.
Said Garth as he presented the gift.
Can you wear this for our pregnancy photo shoot? Please? Please? Please?
Actually, we're not asking you. We're paying you $20,000 to carry a baby and wear this dress. And if you don't, you're fired. Blessed are the submissive. Now put it on.
The surrogate, an immigrant named Rosita Sanchez, is currently due to bear a healthy baby boy in November, provided there are no birth defects or genetic imperfections, which according to her contract would require her to have an abortion. Reports claim that rented handmaids are a booming industry, with thousands of handmaids used to birth children for the wealthy every year. Some people claim the practice is cruel, dehumanizing, and exploitative, but experts say those sources are homophobic and anti-feminist.
How dare you!
At airtime, Sanchez had escaped back to Mexico, forcing the couple to find a new handmaid. Thanks to the runaway success of the anti-sex trafficking film Sound of Freedom, Angel Studios has already announced a sequel, which will feature Jim Caviezel's character tracking down notorious international sex trafficker Andrew Tate. We're really upping the ante with this sequel. The action will be more hard-hitting, the pace will be unrelenting, and it will feature our hero hunting down the biggest scumbag he's ever faced, the Top G himself. You won't want to miss it. Sources from within the new project gave clues about the story, which has Jim Caviezel easily tracking down Tate within the first 5 minutes due to Tate's constant posting on social media, as well as his easily recognizable weak jawline, which is visible from miles away. The movie will then feature a tense Bugatti car chase through the streets of Dubai and end in a climactic fistfight atop Jeffrey Epstein's island temple.
I do not condone the slanderous portrayal of me, the great Andrew Tate. This is a blatant Matrix attack against me. My red-pilled bros will not stand for this.
At airtime, Angel Studios had also announced the villain for the third film in the franchise, Hunter Biden. After losing in the box office battle to Angel Studios, Disney has announced a new movie project, Indiana Jones and the Plates of Nephi.
Indiana Jones is about to go full Mormon,
said Disney CEO Bob Iger.
If you can't beat them, join them.
According to sources at Disney, the film will follow Indiana Jones' spiritual awakening after a visit from LDS missionaries.
Indiana Jones is going to trade his signature hat for a bicycle helmet,
said Disney producer Lance McMillan.
After guiding a few teenagers through their Eagle Scout projects, Mr. Jones will set out on a daring quest to find the Plates of Nephi, or the copies of the Plates of Nephi, or whatever it is those Mormons are looking for.
Disney announced the new installment in the wake of yet another disappointing box office return from a strong franchise.
We got roasted by blonde Jesus,
said Iger, staring at a picture of Jim Caviezel's glorious hair.
Maybe we can get Caviezel to play Indiana Jones, It would be kind of nice to have an action hero under the age of 70, to be honest. Plus, just look at his hair. Man, he's so dreamy.
NBC News has already written 47 articles declaring the project a clear sign that QAnon had taken over Disney. Ardent Calvinist Jeremy Dunn has reportedly been predestined from the foundation of the world to spend countless hours online arguing about Calvinism.
Another Arminian owned. It's amazing to know my dominating youth _pastor _Jake03 was foreordained by God from the beginning of time.
An avowed Calvinist since high school, Mr. Dunn was also predestined to grow a beard and get really into microbreweries.
There's nothing like sipping on a craft IPA while crushing some theological noob on Twitter. Sadly, I did have to trim my beard when, in accordance with the Lord's plan, I got a job at Dillard's. It's not the best, but the flexible hours leave me my time to take online seminary classes. Obviously, it has been predetermined that I will always be working towards a Master's of Divinity.
Friends and family report that Mr. Dunn's online arguing has really helped hone his arguments in favor of Calvinism.
The only time I've seen Jeremy struggle was when his 4-year-old Cooper explained that he was predestined to run naked through Walmart,
said small group leader Eric Ross.
You could see for a moment a hint of doubt, that maybe there was also a touch of insanity inside that airtight logic. I'm actually a Calvinist too, but anytime our small group has a passage from the book of James, I like to make Jeremy read it. It's fun to poke the bear.
At airtime, sources report that Mr. Dunn was predestined to perpetually remain 12 class hours short of finishing seminary. B Radio features officially curated content from the Babylon Bee, scripted, voiced, and produced by Austin Robertson. Additional voices in this episode from Brandon, Dan, Jared, Kristen, and Robin. Please subscribe, rate, and review B Radio on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or wherever you get your podcasts.